Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So we did this Patreon exclusive about empowering yourself and changing your world. Absolutely. There is so much right now that is happening that's going to expose the true unlimitedness of human potential.
It's big, guys, it's big.
Absolutely. And, everything is kind of being exposed, and including a lot of touchy subjects. Yes, please do like, share, subscribe to all three channels if you're on YouTube. Evolutionary Energy Arts, the original channels, that's from 2017. It has a strike against it, for talking about things that we all know, and yet you're not allowed to talk about. EEARTS is the backup channel, which came to prominence in 2019 when we talked about things 6 months before they happened, regarding, you can guess what happened in 2020. And then Heart's Home basically just deep dives into spirituality, practicality as far as things that will help you in your spiritual progress. Really would love to invite everybody to subscribe to Heart's Home, even if you're watching us on Patreon or Ko-Fi as well, just to help try to push the algorithms. There's nothing but positivity over there and things that the system doesn't like to have exposed. Again, that limitless potential. Okay, if you saw this yesterday, I really think you probably would have this burned into your mind. Here you have a reporter asking, Chairman of the Fed, Jay Powell. Well, let's listen to him.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico.
Oh, wow. I mean, that energy to me, that is the controller energy. That is the controller energy. Would you follow the will of the president?
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Follow the will of the people? No. They do their own thing. Again, it's come out and it's just so obvious. The Federal Reserve is not federal. It's private banks. They're not federal. They label it federal. But as you can see, they're not under the control of the federal government, which is supposed to be, again, doing the will of the people. And that's simply not the case.
I think unless and until we learn how to play the game in a different way where they're not benefiting from it, and there is a way to do that. It's not like we can just step out of this matrix, because we're all in it pretty deep, and many people need the surroundings that they live in to survive. So looking at it that way and understanding finances and how to get in there and make sure that the finances are benefiting you and your family and those that are around you, and different modalities instead of just funneling it into them. I think there's a way. To get through this without causing major damage to one's self.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should elect you. Again, it's definitely a case where people, I think, are feeling a little bit more optimistic. Just saying, maybe not everywhere. Maybe not in the big populated cities that are very, very left leaning. Yet you could see the clear defiance. Wouldn't you say that was defiant?
Mm-hmm. Pretty defiant, yeah.
That's completely defiant. Again, that famous statement by the Red Shields saying, "I care not what puppet is up on the monarchy or what puppet is a president. As long as I control the money, I control everything." And that's the reality. As long as we go along with their systems, as far as the monetary system, we're still under their control. They want to change it. They want to change it into something that's going to be even more restrictive and give them even more control. They will do anything they can to maintain control. It's becoming obvious that BlackRock and Vanguard really controls so much. The president has been nothing but a puppet. Yet, if we look to, for instance, what the Polish psychic Krzysztof Jakowski is getting, he says that tea is an exceptional danger. And in reality, he sees a very short presidency. And in fact, it's interesting because it says that he is getting, again, he does this using his psychic abilities, which we all have to different degrees. Some more gifted than others, quite obviously. It was interesting that his use of words here, and he only used this word once, but he says that he feels that whenever T is away from his residency, he must be very careful about what he's given to eat and drink. He's in exceptional danger because he knows, and they know that he knows, and he's unpredictable. Unpredictable. Interesting how this moved away from that word that we had highlighted.
I know, yeah.
It moved away. He says, because it did. Somebody moved this away from where I had it highlighted. He's saying his presidency is going to be unfulfilled. It's going to be a short one. Let me hope that I'm wrong. Has to do with health. He sees him in front of some great, there it is, some grand staircase, a grand staircase, and he sees T fainting and being rushed to the hospital. And he's alive when he makes it to the hospital. Not clear if he makes it out of the hospital or not. And he had said it's going to be a short presidency, or even if it's still just as president-elect. Here's the spy, 808. And 808, Trump wants to strike at the lodge. He wants to strike at something that no other American president would dare to strike at. None from many last presidencies. The lodge. When I say lodge, what do you guys think of? I automatically think of Masonic. Don't you think of Masonic Lodge? I mean, that's what comes to me. Again, you could expand on that to say that secret society club. There's multiple secret societies that do literally control things from behind the scenes. So with his use of the term lodge, to me, that is so telling, so telling.
Well, I think so too. And, everything is going along so supposedly peacefully, and everyone is falling into line. The left just quietly walking away. It's just seeming like it's a little too in order. It's just way too easy, way too easy for the left to just back away. To me, what the left is doing is more of just a back up and regroup, and there's going to be something else come out. So I've never seen an election just go, oh, okay, you win. Okay, great. Congratulations. I don't think I've ever seen that. There's always been a little bit of pushback, a little bit of angst, a little bit of, hey, this stinks, but there was none of that. Yeah, in recent times, there have been just all kinds of chaos. And this time, it's like, is this the quiet before the storm now? Is this it?
Well, he's been seeing this consistently, and I don't want to seed any negativity, and this is where we are at this point in time, because even amongst followers of our channels, you'll have disagreements on, do you even bring this up? Are you feeding this by putting this out there? It's something that we do weigh daily, and we do get from the guides that really it's about awakening consciousness is what we have to do, is try, and you can't awaken consciousness by letting things be just covered up or not pulling the blanket back and seeing what's underneath. Because even if we ignore it away for us, the individual, you still have all the rest of humanity that is going to go through perhaps a very, very tumultuous time. He sees that the thing that's going to happen on this trajectory that we're on is that Trump is going to reach out and try to already start a peace process with Russia, but he's going to find that they're negotiating from a much harder, firmer point, and are in fact going to demand certain things which will inevitably lead to the decline of the dollar and U.S. status, which Trump's going to find that he's not able to go along with that easily. So the peace is going to be elusive, and that perhaps T is thinking that no problem, I'll come in and we'll smooth things over, and that's not going to be the case. He's going to find the other side is in a very different position now, and what Christoph sees is in fact that they're kind of hardened into their position, and they're already mentally moving ahead, the chess pieces. So it's interesting to see this for sure. The feeling is, to me, when I listened to JB talk, it was very striking. It just felt very, very weird and contrived after everything that we go through. Oh, well, hey, we lost. We'll get them next time, guys. There you go. I'm off. See you later. Really? Just like that? Just like that? Because there's other plans. There's other plans right now that they have in play, and again, will he even make it the almost 2 months to that particular day? It feels iffy, if that's going to happen, and I'm sure they're going to demonetize this video like the last one, because again, we strike too close to the cord, and the YT is totally under the control of the system, which wants to wait and let people have no clue about what's happening until they're in the middle of it. So again, do your preps as best as you can. Put out the positive hope and the frequencies. I do feel like the timelines are always shifting, and it feels like we could shift into a spot where it doesn't have to happen. From what Christoph, I think, is seeing is that we haven't shifted it enough yet. But again, you only shift really from a position of power and empowerment. You don't shift from weakness. You can't shift the whole paradigm by ignoring it.
Nope.
No, that just does not work. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, Clear Seeing is the English version of the Krzysztof Jakowski's Polish psychic translations here in Polish. He has like 350,000 subscribers, if I remember right. So he's very well known, very accurate, and again, he's actually worked with the police and helping find lost, missing people and things like that. We find that he's very, very accurate, and I think he's trustworthy too. So very interesting stuff. What will happen? Will we make it to Inauguration Day with no events happening? Will we be able to de-escalate, which would be wonderful? Again, it's empowerment to the people. So again, if the people of Israel really want peace, you're not going to have it with demons leading the nation. That's for damn sure. And that is exactly what is the situation right now, as we see the Draco all over Benjamin over there. Absolutely. And just wanted to share that quick one with you guys. Look forward to your comments. You're welcome to join us over on Patreon as well. exclusive videos. It does help us support awakening the planet. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.